Okay, so the government has been pumping Intel, but that shouldn't really come as news because this has been made very public with the government or more so the president has been bragging about how much money they have made. My name is David and I'm a participant in the US Investing Championship, and in today's video I wanted to go over the top 10 stocks that you do not want to miss a pullback in, or at least I certainly do not want to miss a pullback in, with Intel being one of them for some of the reasons we've mentioned. The government bragging about how much money they've made while they continue to invest. Intel being part of the AI theme with the big institutional support. On the right side will be my daily chart, and on the left side will be my weekly. On the bottom here, we even have a 3-month chart, and look at Intel, and I think it's going to take out all-time highs very soon. So we definitely want to keep an eye. I definitely want to keep an eye on it, and I will definitely be looking for favorable buys at key levels. And it's extended because it's a hot stock, but I do not chase. I certainly want to be able to watch a hot stock be extended and be patient and wait for the pullback. The previous best buy points on Intel was near the rising moving averages and also the key levels. And hot stocks will give us these entries all the time. Hot themes, trending moving averages, and key levels are really the three things that anybody really needs to look at, especially in these hot stocks. And you will notice something about some of these names that I'm going to be going through today. A lot of them will be from hot sectors. Probably all of them will be from hot sectors. Yeah, they all will be from hot sectors. Just like the next one on the list, SNDK. And I mean, look at the weekly chart. We break out from this key level on the weekly and we've been absolutely vertical. This is a vertical stock. So what were the three things I mentioned earlier? A hot stock, a rising moving average, and key levels. And SNDK has absolutely been killing it with plenty of opportunities even before its breakout. This was probably the last opportunity before this run up, or we should say before it got extended. So we had a key level breakout here. We had a pullback entry here. We also had a pullback entry here. And it's all very near the weekly rising moving average. So there are plenty of opportunities in these hot stocks. We just have to pay attention and wait for those pullbacks. And we recently got plenty of them in SNDK, and there will be more to come as long as we're paying attention. So the hot theme that SNDK is in is storage devices, and it's a really hot sector right now. So let's take a look at another stock that is in this sector, and that is also MU. Let's take a look at this multi-leg breakout on the daily chart. Once it took off, it kind of just kept going. Do we have the rising moving averages? Absolutely, on the daily. On the weekly, hot sector and key levels breaking out. Again, visible on the weekly chart and on the daily chart. And there were plenty of opportunities on the way up, and we will continue to see more. There's another hot sector that is really kind of sort of new in a way, because we have a hot IPO coming out this year for SpaceX. And right now we have RKLB, and we have plenty of pullbacks here into the moving averages. We have a pullback into the 10, and we're looking at the daily right now, and we have a pullback into the 10-day moving averages with the 20 and the 50 all rising. The most recent buy would have been at this key level here, also visible on the left side if we look on the weekly chart. And that's just really clean, and that's a leading stock as well, because the performance has been quite stellar, and you can see it's sort of becoming even more vertical as we continue to push up. So this is looking very healthy. And again, we do not chase. It's very important to not chase these, and we are going to continue to wait for the pullback and take them at favorable levels, whether that happens way back down here or even down here, or even if the pullback sets up a little bit above. It's nothing that we can predict in advance, but with patience it will set up. But if any of these extended moves are getting you antsy, how about we look at something that is pulling back right now, and it's none other than NVDA, the mega dog in the semi space, and it's really pulling back on the daily. We have a really big drop and just kind of higher lows, and we try to make a push higher, and then it comes back in again. So NVIDIA kind of has been a bit sluggish lately, and that's fine. NVIDIA has made such a big moves in the last couple of years. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's time for some other names to take over. But I mean, let's not be blind to the fact that NVIDIA is one of the most important companies in the world when it comes to this AI universe that we have now found ourselves in. But as choppy as things look here on the daily, I'm going to take a look here at the weekly, and obviously it's been quite a run, as we can see, and we're really kind of hanging out, not even that far from all-time highs. But you know, if NVIDIA wants to go ahead and get really tight and really prepare its higher lows, we have to pay attention to that. It's NVIDIA after all, but we do have to wait for the tightness, wait for the breakout, and take it on a push with volume. If buying pullbacks makes anyone nervous because you're worried if the pullback will keep pulling back, really focus on volume, because that will really be the indicator to let you know that, hey, we're ready to go. So it needs a little bit of time here, but the rising moving averages are here on the weekly looks good, but on the daily, clearly it's being a little sluggish, and the 10 is facing down, the 21 is kind of slouching a little bit. But as we all know, it's only a matter of time before a beast like NVIDIA gets going. Let's take a look at AMD. Let's take a look at the weekly chart first, and we're trading not that far from all-time highs as well. Weekly moving averages providing support, of course, and we can sort of slightly see it a little bit better on the daily, where we come into this level, we come into it again, and we come into it a third time. A really clear level of support, and you can kind of say just creating this range. And we don't want to be in that range, but we do want to be in once this range takes off and heads for new high and all-time highs. So what are we looking for? A breakout of this key level with volume or further tightness. Even a second or fourth pullback could happen here, absolutely, and then get tight and then give us that breakout with an increase in volume. Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, all part of the semi sector, and definitely we do not want to miss a pullback in any of those names. But let's talk about another hot sector, uranium, and that is where CCJ lies. Uranium stocks have been really hot, and that's one of the reasons why CCJ is currently sitting at all-time highs, with the previous buy being at this key level here, visible on the daily and on the weekly chart, with the rising moving averages on both the weekly and the daily chart. The second buy point previously was the pullback breakout. So you get a pullback breakout, and then you get the horizontal breakout as well. Did it look back? No, not really. Up for multiple days in a row, and that's what we like to see when we're in those hot stocks, breaking out from key levels with volume. Why would we want anything else? Let's take a look at URG, and they also happen to be a uranium play, finding support and pushing with strength off of the rising moving averages. With the previous breakout on the daily chart, we can see here being this key level on the daily, which is a breakout level, and then we also have the pullback breakout also coming off of a key level here that we can see on the weekly chart. Hot sector, check. Key levels, check. Rising moving averages, check. Once I see all of those things, then it's all about being patient and planning for an entry. And we have one more to go today, and that's going to be QBTS. Quantum computing stocks can be absolute monsters, and they've been pulling back for quite a while in some of the names, and we're getting some tightness, and we're in this area where you can see that price is beginning to push even from this key level here already. And if you look on the left, you can see that we have the rising moving averages. We have key levels as areas of key reference points, and we're not that far from all-time highs. And you can imagine once we get there, it's just going to be blue skies. And if you are not already in, then you certainly do not want to be chasing. So those were 10 of the hottest stocks from the hottest sectors sectors that I believe you absolutely cannot miss a pullback in. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which one do you like? Do you have a stock that is better that I didn't have on this list? I want to know. Fight me about it. So let me know and drop a like. Have a good one.